first of all, Ocean, thank you very much for the interview. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being here in the country too.
First off, let's imagine that we're not polluted with Hollywood's vision of sharks or some Shark Week adrenaline-infused documentary. Tell me, what is a shark for you?
So if you didn't know anything about sharks,
Unpolluted.
Unpolluted mind. Unpolluted
yeah.
mind. For me, I grew up that way. I didn't know any difference, and I got to see them for what they were, and that's absolutely beautiful and perfection. 400 million years of evolutionary history. You don't get much better than that, and that they are just kind of curious, and they can keep to themselves, and they can cruise around you, and you know, there's no malicious intent. They're calculated and they're cautious and they're very intelligent.
What do you think saved you from becoming like the rest of people?
Being in the water all the time, seeing the animals, seeing how beautiful, knowing how important they are, and then going back to land, going out to lunch, and you hear people say shark, and you hear, oh my gosh, shark, like they're gonna eat
That's what
you.
they're doing, right?
Yeah, all they talk about is like they're demons and all this other stuff, and I'm just, I'm kind of taken aback, and I can't help, but I'm like, no, they're not, really, like I just went out and I dove with them, and I show people pictures.
The picture with you swimming with a great white shark. How did this come along?
I've been doing research with over 32 different species of sharks, and diving with sharks for a long time, and that kind of led up to working with great white sharks. And it was kind of through a conservation campaign. People still only see jaws.
Sure.
But what if we have this small little petite blonde girl swimming right next to one of the largest white sharks that we can see, and I know that I can do that, and I've done that a lot and stuff. It's what does that image say? It's an immediate perception change. It's an immediate question. I don't necessarily want to go up and like dorsal ride and touch every shark. Like that's not my thing. It's not very scientific, but it's that kind of connection that we're showing. That
gave it the human touch, literally.
Yeah, a little bit of human touch to kind of show that, hey, get people to maybe possibly relate.
Were you ever afraid, given the popularity of those images, that they could be taken out of context or sensationalized, and you'd be seen as like the model who swims with sharks, period?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be criticism and everything, but it's what are we really trying to achieve? What are we really trying to accomplish? And I think that campaign did kind of accomplish that. I think it brought a lot of attention to the plight of sharks, and it got people talking about it and interested and concerned, actually. And I think it was shocking, actually, for a lot of people to find out that, oh my gosh, we've wiped out 90% of the world's shark populations. What's going on here? A lot of people didn't even know about finning. So I think it's unfortunate, the criticism sometimes, but nothing's perfect, and you do what you can do as best as you can do it.
So tell me, what are you doing here in Costa Rica?
I'm very happy to be in Costa Rica. I've been wanting to go to Cocos Islands for such a long time. It's just such an iconic place for pelagic life, specifically sharks. And so I came down here. I was invited on a very special, very unique expedition, and working with another local group, Mission Tiburon, to hopefully get them like better tags and better programs and other things like that. And we were working with artists, just a whole bunch of people, just a really big background to kind of see, hey, what can we do here? But I think what shocked me the most was to see a snack tray, a plastic snack tray.
A plastic snack tray?
At Cocos Islands.
Really?
300 miles offshore, 300 meters down, and there's garbage, rubbish, and trash. And I don't think, and to me, it really shocked me, because I don't think that people realize that, the day-to-day reduce, reuse, recycle, that can actually really make effect, and that it can impact deep water reef species 300 miles offshore, 300 meters of water.
Now tell me about your future projects. What's in store for you?
Doing a little bit of stuff over closer towards Asia for the finning, and that's kind of like I think it's a good approach to try and go and cut out the demand.
At its source, right?
At its source, yeah. But also, the supply. So, when you talk about eating sharks, it's cut out the demand, stop eating sharks.
It's a huge task ahead of you.
Stop eating, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, great. We did it. Yeah, we did. That's right.
So, yo no como tiburón, por favor.